I wonder what train pun I can make for this episode's title. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time, we got our preparations for our field study to the Nord Highlands. And this time, well, we are on a train to Ruhr, which then we take a freight train to the Nord. It's not really that complicated, it's 2 transfers, but let's talk to Elisa first. Not too much longer now. I guess this will be your first time back home since you started at Thor's, right? Does it feel a little awkward going back after you ran away from home? A little, yeah. Nice we're only changing trains there, so I don't have to leave the station. I haven't been in Ruhr since I switched lines there on the way to Trista. Oh right, I almost forgot. If you came from Ymir, you had to have gone through Ruhr. I visited Ymir once when I was a kid, but I haven't been there since. I remember it being a really nice place though. The scenery was so beautiful. Oh, I didn't know you'd actually been. Yeah, it is. It really is beautiful. God, a place that nice doesn't really fit a guy like me. Are you still sulking over what that twit said during our last practical exam? Pay the House of High Arms little mind, and their fool of the third son even less. I don't think he meant the most of those awful things he said. Yeah, it's like his anger just got the better of him. Bet he regretted it later. Regardless of what he thinks, we all think you're a swell guy, as a classmate and as a friend. So don't be so hard on yourself. Thanks, guys. It means a lot to hear you say that. You're so helpless sometimes, Reen. It's easy to forget, but in traveling to the Nord Highlands, we'll actually be leaving the country. It feels strange, heading out beyond our borders. A little emotional, even. Yeah, we've got a long journey ahead of us. I can only wonder what kind of things they'll have us doing when we get there. Can't even begin to imagine. Each month seems to throw something new at us. I am a little worried about how Fee is holding up, though. Yeah, there's definitely something going on between her and Mora. I'm not sure there's anything we can do about that. I'm sure Elliot and Marcus will keep an eye on those two for us. We've got our own battles to face. I'd like us all to come back from this trip in one piece. You're right, of course. The horses of the Nord Highlands are known for being some of the finest on the continent. Their solid builds, high endurance, and steadfast loyalty to their masters, they truly are the ideal steeds. The Highlands are far from the only place that raises horses, but the horses from Nord are in a class all their own. Sounds like you couldn't find a better horse if you search across the Empire. Now you see why Arthur's such an impressive specimen. Who? Oh, Arthur's the horse we have back at home. My dad would often ride him out hunting with our old dog, Badeau. Back when I was a kid, he'd lift me up on his back and let me ride around. I see. This would be an excellent opportunity to learn more about how the Empire's finest horses are raised right at the source. Wow, seems like he's really into this. Well, here's a sight for sore eyes. Haven't soaked in a scenery like this since I first came to Trista. Hope everyone in the settlements is doing well. I'm just happy you headed home. I've always been curious, how did you end up coming to Thor's anyways? Well, about a year ago, I met a general in the Imperial Army up in Nord. One thing led to another, and he ended up giving me a recommendation to attend the academy. He was strangely adamant that my skill with the spear would come in handy during my time at Thor's. Guess he was right. I can see why an Imperial general might take interest in your spearmanship. Cavalry's lance and spear training has its origins not just in the tales of the Eisenritter, but in the traditions of the Highlands as well. That's pretty interesting. Just recently that I've been learning how far back the connection between Nord and Erebonia goes. Indeed. I play Blade with everyone off screen, don't worry. Just do that every time that you're on the trains. We're almost there to Elisa's home. The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This special express line is bound for Ruhr. Our next stop is Ruhr, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all your belongings with you when you are disembarking the train. Here we are. It's my first visit to the Empire's industrial metropolis. Actually, it's my first time too. I passed through when I first came to the academy, but even then I could see why people associated with the industry. It's like the whole city's one big mass of iron. Yeah, it really does have that vibe. What are those cone-shaped towers out in the distance anyway? Oh, those are the arbor generators for the industrial plants. There are tons of large factories in the city, so they need those to create all the orbital energy needed to power them. Wow, really? Everyone's saying it for myself, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine a city like this. Well, we finally made it as far as Ruhr. We need to transfer to a freight line to reach the Nord Highlands from here, right? Right. There'll be a freight train leaving here from platform 4 that we need to board. Platform 4 is up the staircase and to the left, I think. Alright, let's not waste any time then. And we can actually explore around a little bit. It's not really much, but yeah. Oh, hey! I can hardly believe I made it all the way to Ruhr. I never imagined that he would be such a dogged pursuer. We met this girl in Keldic. And I think a lot of these people, well, okay, a lot of them are just shared designs. Like this guy who was just the hotel manager. But Annabelle is like actually Annabelle from Keldic. So that's fun to note. It's a little cameo there from a minor character that somehow becomes important later in the second game, but come to think of it, it's already past noon. Perhaps we should purchase some lunches for the rest of our journey? Sounds like a plan. Still have another 4 hours to go. We're gonna need eat something between now and dinner. Seems highly unlikely that a freight train will be equipped with vending machines or other such comforts either. We go through a ticket gate then. The shop in the main part of the station sells pre-packed lunches.
Oh, there won't be any need for that. What?
No way.
Sharon? How did you get here before us? The power of my love for you allows me to do the impossible, my lady. And as you'll see, I've prepared packed lunches for all of you that far surpass this morning's offerings. I do hope you'll enjoy them.
Thanks.
We really appreciate you going to all the trouble to make these for us.
True. That said, I'm really curious how you got here before us.
It seems that the Reinford family's maid enjoys a little amusement at the expense of her employer. I imagine you transferred to an airship in the capital?
Ah.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? You can cut the time from Heimdall to Ruhr in half if you travel by airship, I think.
You got me. I took advantage of the opportunity to borrow the airship's kitchen so I could make your lunches as well. They're quite fresh, so take a moment to savor the taste. Well, thank you.
We really do appreciate all you're doing for us.
Honestly, I knew you had to be up to something. You're not planning on coming all the way to the Nord Highlands with us now, are you?
I'd love to, but unfortunately, I have some other business I must attend to. I may not be able to return to Trista for a while either.
Other business?
Sharon will be assisting me with my work.
Mother?
Hello, Elisa. You all must be members of Class 7. I'm Elisa's mother, Irina, also the chairman of the Reinford Group. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. I'm Reen Schwarzer.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Emma Milstein.
Gaius Warzel. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Eustace Alberea. A pleasure.
I'm glad you're all managing to get along with my obstinate daughter. I wish I could stay a while, but unfortunately I've work that can't wait. Come along, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. What?
Seriously? You show up like this and that's all you have to say? It's always work with you, isn't it? You probably didn't even notice I left home until I was already gone. Now it's just, hello, Elisa, and that's it?
My lady.
I did get the impression her relationship with her mother wasn't all sunshine and gumdrops.
Seems there's a lot of friction between them.
You can live your life however you see fit. I have no intention of forcing the Reinford Group on you. Even if you decide to follow a certain someone's path and cast aside all sense of responsibility, it's your choice to make. Besides, I still manage to keep myself informed of the general goings-on in your academic life in the monthly reports I receive from the Academy.
What? I knew Sharon would relay back information about me, but reports from the Academy itself?
Oh, you must not have known. In addition to my other responsibilities, I also sit on the Academy's board of directors.
Oh my, that means...
Just like Rufus.
It does appear that way. I'd certainly deem the chairman of the Rhineford Group a canny choice as a member of the board.
The Rhineford Group is heavily involved in the development of the Orbital staff, as well as your Arcus. I must say, I'm quite pleased with the reports I've received on your usage of both. I'm looking forward to seeing the results of this month's field study as well. Do give me some good reading, won't you?
Please excuse us, my lady. Take care during the rest of your journey. Elisa?
You all right?
Thought I finally had her out of my hair, but looks like she was one step ahead of me this whole time. I take it you and your mother are on good terms, then? Yeah, I think that much was abundantly clear. Things have been rocky between us for a long time now. Once I left home, that was the first step that led me to enrolling in the academy. But how was I supposed to know I'd gone and signed up for the school she sits on the board of directors of? How could I have been so stupid? When I got a more thorough investigation before I made my choice. I don't know what to say. Give her sympathies, I suppose? Is mother being on the board of directors really such a problem? Well, it's complicated. Usually, she seems like she's only interested in her work, but then she'll suddenly start meddling in my life. She says to just do what I want, but it always turns out that wherever I go, she's there ahead of me, just like today. I should have known something was up. The bank account my grandfather gave me to cover my academy expenses hasn't taken a dip since my first day at Thor's. So mother's been paying the bills the whole time. It does seem like a strong possibility, especially considering her presence on the board of directors. I can't see what you're grousing about. Most people be grateful to have a parent display that much interest. What? At least your mother spared the time to come greet us. They showed us the slightest trace of interest in you and your classmates. Oh. Useless. Forget it. Well, just entered a tunnel. The first of many that we're going through the mountains. You see? Anyway, how about we dig into those lunches Sharon made for us? It sounds good to me. It's like she went out of her way to prepare them. Alright. If these are subpar because she had to make do with the airship's kitchen, I won't let her hear the end of it. Well then, let's dig in. Wow, so you're going to the Highlands for Academy field study. Looks like you bun soldiers have some pretty interesting things as part of your training these days. I suppose you could say that. Thor seems quite different from most other military academies in that regard, though. Still, feels pretty neat to see you all dressed up in your uniform. They look pretty sharp on you. Thanks for the vote of confidence. And at the academy, Gaius always stands out because of his height. Yeah, he towers over even the second years. Are all the people of your settlement of such a similar height? Nah, I'd say my dad is the only one who really has a height on me. My younger brother's fairly short, though I won't doubt that he has another growth spurt coming his way. I seem to remember you mentioning you have quite a few siblings. A younger brother and two younger sisters, to be exact. They're a little on the shy side, but I hope you'll get along with them. Can do. Still, if you look through the window, it feels like we're getting really close to the Highlands now. Indeed. Man, seeing you kids rush off on some kind of adventure makes me jealous. Anyway, we're about halfway through the Isengard range now. Should reach the center gate in 2 hours or so, so take this time to relax. Thank you. We appreciate the info. Did you meet him back in the spring when you were here on the way to Trista? Yeah, in the same trek back then too. I had plenty of time to kill, so he taught me a lot about Erebonian culture. Sounds like a pretty nice guy. Bet that served as a pretty useful primer. It did. There are a lot of people I'm thankful to for helping me come this far. Most of all, I'm thankful to the winds and to the goddess. The winds and the goddess. Classic Gaius. I'm starting to get a hang of the Gaius voice. That's probably the first one that I've really gotten down. Hopefully by the end of the series, I'll have good enough in all of them. Hey, that looks like we'll have to be coming out of the last tunnel anytime now. I see. Lisa, Eustace, we're almost there. Oh. So this is... I can only just make it out in the distance, but that looks like that's it. So that's the Nord Highlands. I'll admit, it appears even more breathtaking than I was expecting. I'd be even happier to hear you say that once you've seen it hear you say so once you've seen it up close. I know how to speak. Oh, you've arrived. It's a pleasure to see you again, Lieutenant General. Likewise, it's been months since I last saw you. It is almost surreal to see you standing there in a military academy uniform, though this is the first time I've seen the Thor's ensemble in red. It's the color they use for my class, Class 7. Looks like he's pretty high up in the Imperial Army. Maybe he's the Lieutenant General in charge of Zed Brigade. He's quite close to Gaius. Imperial General with an eye patch. Seems familiar somehow. These must be your classmates. Indeed, there's about half of my classmates from Class 7. I'm Rean Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Elisa Reinford, sir. I'm Emma Milstein, sir. Eustace Alborea. It's an honor. Seems like your classmates are as interesting a bunch as I had heard. I'm Zex Vander, commanding officer of the Army's 3rd Armored Division. Pleased to finally meet you. One-eyed Zex? So you're one of the guardians of the Arnor family. Oh, it seems some of you already know of me. Guardian of the Arnor family? Now I remember. The Vanders are a celebrated military family responsible for protection of the Imperial family. And One-eyed Zex Vander is said to be one of the Imperial Army's finest generals. They say that the Vander and the Arside schools of swordsmanship are two of the most renowned styles in Erebonia. It's truly an honor to meet you, sir. I'm just a military man. Hardly deserving of quite that level of praise. I'd love to hear all about you and your excursion to the Highlands, but unfortunately we don't have the time. You should set out as soon as possible if you want to reach the settlement by nightfall. I agree. Were you able to take care of all the arrangements? I did, rest assured. What arrangements? We need to head out now if we want to reach Gaius' home by sundown, right? Right. That's why I asked the Lieutenant General to arrange some transportation for us. Alright. Just follow me and I'll show you the way. Wow. It's simply breathtaking. I had no idea it lands so beautifully at the far end of the railway. Honestly, I suppose words are woefully insufficient in the face of such majesty. Huh. Glad to hear you think so. Horses? You're saying we're to travel to the settlement on horseback? The Highlands are way too vast to cover in any reasonable length of time on foot. You'll be fine. You're a member of the riding club, and Rean and Lisa both have riding experience, right? Yeah, I think I could manage. I learned back at home, so I should be okay as long as we aren't making any trick jumps or anything. I'm afraid I've never ridden a horse before. Not a problem. You can just hitch a ride on the back of someone else's horse. Lisa would probably be the best choice, considering the balance of weight. I can do that. Is that right with you, Emma? Yes, although I do feel a little nervous. Let's go up at once, then. Okay, steady now, steady. It's a fine horse. You doing okay back there, Emma? Yes, I'm fine, I think. Make sure to hold on tight when we start moving. Should be a fun trip. They're all top quality horses raised here in the Highlands. At a good clip, you should be able to reach the settlement in under an hour. Oh, and before I forget, I'm sure guys won't have much need of this, but the rest of you should take a map of the Highlands. Map? Wow, such a high level of detail. Looks so the Army's surveying expertise is being put to good use. Indeed. I hope it'll prove useful during your field study. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, that's about it for me. You should be heading out. May the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you. Give my regards to the Elder and Lycan. You will? Thank you for seeing us off, sir. If you'll excuse us, then.
This is worlds apart from the bustle of the city.
It really is. I feel like I'm one with the wind.
Indeed, but if you didn't go too fast, that would be great.
I'm sure it will feel natural in time. No doubt the riding club would be fuming with envy if they could see us now.
I'll bet.
Anyway, my home settlement is due northeast of here. Hopefully we'll be able to reach it before sundown.
Right.
Let's move.
And, sure enough, we actually get to ride our horses in this time around. So yeah, Nord Highlands are way bigger than any other map in the entire game, but we'll get to exploring some of it next time. So until then, see you guys later.